keep everybody on track. Thank you very much. Well, good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for joining us today. My name is Mike Condon. I'm the Vice President of Franchise Development here at HomeWell. I am excited to be joined by two of our newer franchise owners, Al and Anthony. They are out of Houston, Texas area. And really the goal for today, for those that are listening in, is to really just give you a perspective on, their backgrounds, really give you an invite into, what did it take to get this business off the ground? And I'll let Anthony and Al share a little bit about their journey here with HomeWell, the training, and to really just kind of give you a glimpse behind the mirror for that today. So again, if you guys have any questions as they're coming up, feel free to drop them in the Q&A chat box below, and we'll be happy to get to those as we move along through our conversation today. But again, I'm super excited to have Al and Anthony here with us today. Gentlemen, if you guys don't mind, maybe just sharing your backgrounds a little bit and kind of what drove you to us at HomeWell here, if you don't mind. Maybe Anthony, if you want to go ahead and start.
Hey, thanks, Mike. Yeah, my name is Anthony Hurst. I have a 35 plus year background in healthcare, have a master's degree in public health. And so I've been working in healthcare for, since graduate school. But Al and myself, we are college roommates from college with fraternity brothers, but we've also had other businesses that we've done in the past. And we've always explored different things that we could do. And we just kept going back to healthcare. And for us, we looked at and we researched other brands in healthcare. And so HomeWell came to us just out the blue one day and started looking into it and just decided to see what more it could offer us as a business partner. And so far, everything's been good on that front for us.
Al, why don't you share a little bit, please?
Yeah, and I reiterate the same thing as my partner Anthony says. We both have 30 plus years in healthcare, multiple business together. We looked at all type of different things, even looked into other home care. HomeWell kept coming back to us. The people was, always friendly, very professional, thorough, got back with us. And it just, the brand just stuck out to us. And so we chose to go this route, and we've been happy thus far.
So, as you guys were doing your due diligence, learning about us as a company, was there anything that kind of stuck out to you? And obviously with your healthcare backgrounds, kind of what was important? Was there anything that on the front end that you saw that said, hey, this is a good company to partner with?
Yes.
Wow.
So one thing that was important for us, Mike, is to whoever we got in business with, we wanted to ensure that the support was going to be there.
Exactly.
If there was a question that myself or Al had, we can call someone, email someone, and they're going to respond to us. And so we met with other franchise brands in the past, but the support just was not there. And so once we start to research HomeWell and speak with people with HomeWell, we was impressed at how quickly they would get back to us and provide info to us regarding next steps or any type of questions Al and myself may have had. So the big thing for us was we got to have that ongoing support, whatever franchise we decide to go into.
Yeah, especially since it was a new venture, like Anthony said, doing our due diligence process would really, I think, help as well. Is like he stated, speaking with some of the other franchisees, the pros and cons, some of the hurdles, some of the things that they went through, and some of the things they're currently going through. They were happy to share that with us so that we don't, have those same problems, which is always helpful. So yeah, and like you said, the support system is awesome. So far so good.
So you guys, chose to go the franchise route. You guys both ran businesses outside of the franchise space. So
Correct.
What drove that decision to look at franchising in this space outside of maybe doing it on your own?
Well,
when you're doing, go ahead, Al.
Yeah, I think again the brand name stood out amongst others, and again the support system. I mean, we again spoke with others. They seemed nice, friendly. I mean, I don't know. We just got to a point to where we had to make a decision, right? And HomeWell kind of stood out to us the most. The brand itself, the support system that y'all had in place, and also allowing us to speak with other franchisees. It kind of sold us, I believe.
And I want to add also, when you're doing the business on your own, when you don't have a partnership behind you like a brand or a franchise, you're doing a lot of things on your own, and there are a lot of mistakes that you're going to make along the way, you know. And with HomeWell, what we saw was, if you follow the blueprint, the roadmap that we're going to lay out for you guys, you're going to have the success, you know. And that's what we was, you know, looking for. Can they give us a blueprint, you know, a roadmap, you know? And if they give us that, we know how we are as business owners right now, Al and myself. So we're very aggressive. You know, we have a knack for the marketing and communicating. So if you guys were to give us that blueprint, we know that we were going to have success.
Yeah, and I think, you know, again, I think when you look at partnering with a brand, and whatever brand that may be, it's what skill sets do they bring to the table that maybe complement what you two already are doing, right? Or where do you guys maybe feel you're a little short, and how do you think the brand can help you excel in those areas? So I can definitely appreciate from that side, what does that look like? So you guys made the decision to move forward. You know, was it, you know, hard for you to make that decision and just to sign on the dotted line? Because at the end of the day, it's great to talk about it, but to execute it is never easy. Let's just call it what it is. So,
yeah,
you know, the mindset a little bit, I think, is important when we talk about that. From your guys' side, what was the driving force to say, hey, yes, we're going to do it and we're going to execute?
I think, you know, we had a lot of conversations, you know, between he and I, back and forth. And we had a lot of conversations with you guys back and forth, you know, because when you make a decision like this, for some people, it's scary, right? Money is involved, and time. Do you have the time, the energy, the effort to put into something like this? And we knew that he and I still work in corporate America right now. And so we knew that if we do this, we got to be all in. Basically, you can't have a franchise business or some kind of ownership in something and not have a strong presence in that business. So we knew that once we did this, we had to leave our corporate jobs at some point. And we was comfortable doing that because we knew that we saw what this could be for us and our families.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's an important aspect you guys brought up is, you know, this isn't a business model that it's always better when the owner or owners are all in day one. Now, that doesn't mean you need to quit your job when you sign the agreement, right? I think we can all agree on that. It takes time, and we'll get into the licensing part here in just a minute. But, you know, I think the theme is go all in on this business because it will reward you for that eventually. I think that's kind of the theme that a lot of our owners, and I'm glad you guys kind of feel that same way, that you'll see it's not going to happen overnight, but you'll see the progress quickly or more quickly than you will if you're trying to do it part-time. And you can probably say that for a lot of businesses, right? You guys know it's, you know, a lot of businesses are like that. But so you guys decided to sign. What was the process like going from, okay, now I'm a franchisee, working with our opening services team with Laura, the licensure process and the training? You know, we launched our new training management system. You know, talk to us a little bit about what that process was like, and good, bad, and different. Tell us the goods.
Well, for me, I know speaking with Laura, she's, you know, very good. I think even speaking with, I think prior, even as we were speaking with Laura, speaking with Michelle as well. I can't remember Michelle's last name, Mike. Is it
Michelle Cohen?
Cohen. I mean, she's just like freaking awesome. So once you guys get a chance to meet her, she's very thorough. She was like the best out of all thus far. As far as just helping you understand, because again, it can be very overwhelming. I mean, it's a lot coming at you, but she made sure you get it. And the training and support so far has just been awesome. I think that's what I found thus far. And I'll let you take the lead. I'm going to have to jump off here in like 5 minutes, y'all.
Yeah, I think from the time we signed our franchise agreement, it was fast paced from that point forward. We had to submit our application to the state of Texas. We're in Houston, Texas. So we had to submit our application to the state. for licensure. That process took about 60 days. The problem with the application process, when you submit that, you have to make sure that you're answering all the questions, because that can delay getting your license back in a timely manner. So we had some deficiencies that came up with our application, but the key with us was every time they made contact with us to correct this, we did it the same day to get those corrections back to them. That's what's critical, you know. So we had the conference in San Diego, and when was it, Mike?
Early May.
May, yeah. So we came back from the conference and we had our license that following Monday, you know. So we got it back pretty quickly. For as the training has been phenomenal. It's been very hands-on. It's been very informative, very intensive. Michelle Cohn is she's an expert, and we learn and we continue to learn from her every single day. You know, again, like Al said, you know, working with Laura has been a huge asset for us. You know, we have weekly calls with her, and we look forward to those calls with her every week.
It's helping us learn more and more, like as I said, about the company. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and again, we keep harping on it. If you don't have the support for some of the things you don't know, it will stall you. But every time we've had a question, every time we came across something, we've always had someone there, multiple people to help us. Find out, look, do this, do that, or you should do this, or we recommend that. This is what has worked in the past and thus far. So, you know, might think we're just saying this, man, but the support so far is just awesome. And then if you're looking to start or get with a franchise, the support system has to be there, or else you're going to stall because there's a lot of unknowns. So, so far, so good.
Yeah, and I think to your point, you're right. You have to be comfortable with the team that's going to help you grow, right? That's why you partner with a brand from that aspect. So looking ahead, let me back up. So you mentioned conference. You know, that was the first time you guys had been to a franchise conference.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts about how it benefited you? Like, just give us some general thoughts on the conference itself, and maybe as somebody brand new coming into the business, how did that help maybe springboard you a little bit from a knowledge base or just an engagement base?
Well, networking. I mean, it was just awesome to get there and meet, you know, put a face with a lot of the people that you have spoken with, like yourself. You know, we talk with you on the phone to know what you look like, but you know, to actually meet people in person, exchange contact information. Everybody was, you know, just very willing to share their experiences, what they're going through. Here's my contact information. Try this, try that. Don't do this, don't do that. And that's what made it beneficial, I think, to me and Anthony, just getting in and actually meeting a lot of other franchisees. Some people that were only a month or two ahead of us that were just getting started. Some of the hurdles, some of the challenges they went through. Also to, you know, meet the president and to listen to them speak and meet some of the owners, franchisees who have been there for a while, who shared their experience, shared how they still love the company, how they've been there for, you know, multiple years. So they must be doing something right. And we want to be that like them, you know. They inspired us to be like, every time and after the conference each day, okay, they're doing this, they're doing that. Man, we have to try this and try that so that we can be successful as well. It was a great experience for me. Anthony, I'll let you take it, sir.
Yeah, I think, you know, just piggyback on what Al was saying, you know, for me, it was a great experience. You know, just meeting with other franchise owners at the conference. Everybody was, you know, so eager to give us their contact numbers, email addresses, and also just share what, you know, what has been good for them and what's been bad for them. And so for us, and just like this past week, Mike, here in Houston, all the franchise owners here in Houston, we all met up at one of the franchise owners' office, and we're going to have this done every other month here in Houston. So we met up for the first time, was it Tuesday of this week? I think, Al, was it Tuesday?
Correct. And like Anthony said, we met them at the conference, didn't know them from Joe Blow. So we're developing a bond, coming up with a marketing strategy and things like that. That wouldn't have happened had you guys not at that conference.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know.
Yeah, and I think that's the power of joining a strong franchise community, right? And I think it's about, you know, we can, as franchisor, can provide you all the tools and resources, but at the end of the day, we're not running the businesses.
Right.
It's the networking with the other owners that want you to be successful and are willing to share how are they successful, or what mistakes did they make. Don't make
Right.
the same mistakes. And I think those are as valuable, if not more valuable, than probably this is what we've done well.
Mhm.
Because I think that's, how you're able to go a little bit faster. And, that's what we're seeing a lot of our new owners coming in. They're just moving a little bit faster because we're better at what we do on the franchisor side, but our owners are really helping them ramp up a lot faster as well. Just from a knowledge base. So, do you have any advice? You guys are going to open next week. You're officially opening next week, correct? So, do you have any advice for somebody that is looking at this as a potential business venture? That maybe, hey, this is what we looked at. This is what was important. Obviously, you talked about the support and giving them any advice on whether this is a good decision or not.
Well, I would say this. We don't just jump into things. We do our research, we do our due diligence. But if you're not prepared to go all in full time, it's not for you, because it's not going to be a success if you are trying to do this part time. Also, you have to be prepared to ask questions. You cannot be shy about, ruffling feathers, because again, this is your business. And so you want the answers to those questions, and one thing about us and Mike and his team and everybody from the CEO down, every time we would have a question, whether it was from Mike or Sam or whoever, Laura, they was always willing to provide that clarity to us to help us make a conscious decision on moving forward. We knew we wanted to do it, but we want to make sure all our answers, all of our questions that we had was answered. So then we can go back with a clear mind saying, we feel very good about going forward with HomeWell Care Services. Yeah. And we did. And here we are open next Tuesday.
That's awesome. We're excited for you guys to open. I know just having a chance to meet you both in person at the conference was fantastic. And I think you guys are going to do just tremendous things in that Houston market, and I'm sure beyond the Houston market, as I know you guys pretty well. So I can see where this is going to go for you.
Absolutely.
But I can't thank you guys enough for jumping on today. It looks like we do have a question from the audience here. I'm going to go ahead. Sam, I think we're all wrapped up. If you want to